Hello, everybody. Today we are watching The Warrior's Den. Of course, you know that The Warrior's Den came out today. I'm going to be doing a quick recap on it and give my thoughts. Please keep in mind that this video is pre-recorded, so everything that I am saying is being said after I've already watched The Warrior's Den. I'm going to be showcasing the little snippets of The Warrior's Den and then give my thoughts throughout or even at the end. So I hope you guys will enjoy The Warrior's Den. Be sure to check out The Warrior's Den yourself, check out everything that's related to it. I will put them all down in the description for you to look at, because I would highly recommend that you guys go support the original creators, especially those who worked on the lore video. It was absolutely incredible. So, without further ado, let's get into The Warrior's Den. So the first thing of note is the roadmap that they have given us for the title updates. At the start of the season will be a new event. The Battle Pass obviously launches. There's a new Raider hero skin, which is really cool. The testing grounds is on June 30th, which I think overlaps with the event. There's going to be a Hero Fest July 7th and 21st. Then there's the second title update, which will have the new hero, armor variations, and all of that good stuff. The Covenant games, the Horkos Masquerade will come back. It usually always does happen. It's usually a flip-flop between the Chimera Banquet and the Horkos Masquerade. Then there's going to be more Hero Fest, and the throwback event this season is Battle of the Eclipse. It's a shame it's not Test Your Metal, but seeing as we haven't gotten old events like Battle of the Eclipse back again, I see that this is a good thing. They have good armor and, well, good weapons and good executions and effects from that event, so I'm looking forward to that coming back. And here we have them showcasing the new Raider hero skin, which I think looks amazing. It's obviously, I find it funny that they went in the opposite direction, where the community has been asking for giving a Raider a shirt, and then they removed his shoulder pauldron, so he basically has no armor whatsoever. I find it really funny, but I think it fits really well into the theme of this season, and I really like the look.
Patterns that lives on his skin. For the skin, we used desaturated colors to emphasize the current condition. It's almost undead, and it's a mix of dry dark rock and the mummified skin. So the background story of Bolthorn is that he was once captured as a prisoner, and not long ago, he escaped captivity. And as you can see, he still have the cuff on his neck and on his wrist. And also, he have this ancient chains that he carries on his belt. Our amazing team worked really, really hard on this character, and I'm super happy to present you this character finally.
Next, they showcased basically all of the things like the fight menu, the main menu, all those types of deals. They showed the new variant of Riverfort that they're having for the event. They showed the minions, so I'll go ahead and shut up and let you guys look at it.
And going through a trial and having to choose between friendship or glory and prosperity and paying the ultimate and unforeseen price for it. Aesthetically, this means that the team has produced or has created a contrast that opposes the beauty and the excitement of adventure with the darker side of betrayal and the consequences that that betrayal brings. So in the map, narratively, Riverfort has a tie into the Raider story. It's where he would have first landed on his way back from his adventure, so kind of making it the ground zero for the curse. So it's where the team decided to focus on map wise. So coming back to the contrast I was mentioning, it was important not to create a gloomy ambiance, which would just lessen the visual impact of the curse elements. This is why in the map we have daytime complemented with rich Egyptian patterns and warm saturated colors. There's looted Egyptian treasures that are peppered across the map, and you might even get a glimpse of the golden scarab relic itself. So all this said, Josh, you're walking around the map.
Up next, we have all the Battle Pass stuff, not including the weapons, because I will showcase those in their entirety so you can have a look and see which ones you like. So overall, the Battle Pass, I really do like everything about it. I like the Anubis theme. I like the mummy with the sarcophagus. I like the little box where he takes your soul. All of it seems really nice, and I can't wait to get a hold of this on the 16th.
And the elements like cursed souls, dust, and sand that rolls around the character are also used in this season to emphasize this curse theme that we wanted to bring. Also, you see this beautiful Egyptian um, head replacement, the Anubis that inspires them. So for the battle outfit design, we used this beautiful saturated and vivid colors and patterns, Egyptian elements like mythological creatures of the Egypt and Egyptian gods. And for ornaments, when we were creating it, we were inspired by traditional Egyptian jewelry. There were used materials like gold, stones, and glazed ceramic, which looks pretty awesome.
I love like anything that's Anubis inspired, but this is this execution I was talking about. This is brilliant. I love this.
This is the best part. So basically, you are stealing the soul of your defeated enemy and keeping it in the small box.
You're gonna keep it for yourself. It's mine now. I'll take that. That's funny. But this the signature here is probably
looks
probably one of my favorite ones, just because again, Egyptian lore, busting out a sarcophagus is kind of like a little symbolic thing. So it looks really cool to have this in the game.
As mentioned previously, on June 16th, which is the launch of the new season, there will be a new event called Justice of the Pharaohs, which will come with its own event pass and its own event weapons, which I will let them talk because they're obviously better with doing that than I am. So I will give my thoughts real quick though. I do enjoy the idea of the event. It seems like it's just Dominion, but without the minion lane. So the B point is actually capturable, and I assume you can heal from it as well, which I think is a really cool idea. It's what they did last season with the Oath of Wyverndale event, where it was basically the minion lane was just replaced with Lord Ramiel coming to kill you. My opinion on the weapons is that I personally don't really enjoy them too much, but I don't think they're awful. I do quite like the design on the shields that they have for characters like Conqueror, Warlord, Blackprior, etc. I really do enjoy the look of that. And I do think it fits the theme. I think it's reskins of weapons we already have, but you got to make do with what you have, and they look fine anyway. So
It's really beautiful, and great job to the team for their amazing work on this. Really cool content.
Absolutely.
We've got the ornament, of course. We, with the ornament, you can see that it's essentially covered in gold. You can rarely go wrong with gold. Even less so, Josh, when you've got Cobras involved. So, so we're definitely got a cool ornament here. And on top, the top portion, you can see like the skull portion. That's to symbolize, once again, the consequences of the curse. And we've also added patterns that are really popular when depicting a pharaoh. So it's an elegant piece, and it's really something to add to your outfit.
So, the long-awaited thing that everyone's been looking forward to is the testing grounds. And I have to open it up by saying that Pirate did get nerfed. Yay for everybody, but not yay kinda. I'm going to be going over the testing ground changes myself because they go through a lot of technical terms and they also take a bit to get through it. If you would like to go look at the changes in full explained by the developers, I would highly recommend go watching the Warriors Den yourself, obviously. Again, that will be down in the description below if you'd like to take a look. It's around the 52-minute mark, I'd say. Something around that. So, for Pirate's changes, her side dodge attacks are 600 MS. So basically, it's no longer going to feel like you are being essentially light spammed by a dodge attack. So this time you'll actually be able to parry a pirate when they dodge attack you. The Pistol Blast, basically the slow one that deals more damage, now has less reach. So you won't be grabbed from all the way across the map like Marth from Super Smash Bros. Melee, essentially. The Walk the Plank, which is the skewer move like Gladiator, it also has less range, so it can't grab you from across the earth. The recovery on the knee, when she kicks you into a wall, the recovery has been increased. I think it's increased. I think that's the term, to 200 MS, or 200 MS slower, meaning that the pirate can no longer basically 100 to 0 you with Walk the Plank only by, backstep lighting and then doing the skewer. So that's been changed. Thank God we won't have to deal with those types of combos anymore, I hope. There was actually a bug that was not addressed until now, which made the Pistol Blast from Walk the Plank cost 15 stamina, and now it's been standardized to the normal 6 that it usually does on any other Pistol Blast. And the good change is that the Pistol Blast itself from Walk the Plank feeds 30 revenge. So that means you will not, well, hopefully, in theory, you won't get absolutely destroyed by a pirate in a gank. Hopefully, you will at least be able to get revenge once or twice if the pirate keeps spamming, Walk the Plank at you. That's what should happen in theory. So that's it for the pirate changes. The next thing on the list that they were talking about is nerfing Bloodlust, because Pirate uses Bloodlust, obviously. It's her second feat. Everyone uses it over Pocket Bomb. They basically nerfed the percentage from attack power and damage reduction to 20% instead of 50%. And to counteract that, the cooldown is now 20 seconds instead of 30. The reason they did this was obviously because it worked with feats. Because for some reason in 2022, different feats still also work with other feats, which does not make sense. I don't think things like Fury Flask should be a thing. I did not think that the Trick Shot with Bloodlust should be a thing. Basically what it did is if you had Bloodlust active and you used Trick Shot, you would basically delete everyone's health. And it was not that fun to fight against. I'll be honest, it was not very fun. Now, the next thing that I'm going to go over quickly, because this one was very highly speculated, and also the bread and butter of the reworks I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So, people thought that there was going to be Kensei and Warden, or just Kensei, for the testing grounds. No. It is actually a kind of new core combat update, essentially. It's not going to completely overhaul the game, but it's going to change one aspect of the game so that you can actually attack people. They're changing guard break vulnerability. It's that thing then whenever you try to do a heavy and someone guard breaks you out of it, or when a hero guard breaks you after you've done a finisher, and it's guaranteed, that's what your guard break vulnerability is. Freeze has made an excellent video on that. I highly recommend go watching that. I assume it's going to be changing very soon because of these new changes, but we'll have to see. But basically, to break it down, TLDR, you can basically not be guard broken from attacks anymore. So if you do an attack and someone dodges you and tries to guard break you, it will not work. You will bounce off. So effectively what this means in normal people terms is that dodge guard breaking is going to be a lot harder, if not impossible now, which I personally don't know how to feel about it. I don't really enjoy the changes, but they are counteracting this by making it so it's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors type of deal. bashes beat someone standing still. Standing still beats, just someone randomly throwing like an attack at your guard, and then dodge attacks beat bashes. So they've given characters like Highlander a bash, which is cool. At least they're trying to, make it so characters who don't have a dodge attack are basically screwed and can't punish anybody who doesn't attack at them. I'm glad they're doing that change. They're at least trying to do something like that instead of leaving those characters in the dust. I didn't hear anything about Jormungandr, but I assume that they did something for him. They only mentioned Highlander, so we'll have to see. But overall, I don't know how to feel about these changes. It will obviously change how we play the game, and I feel like it will make it better if you are being ganked, or if you're doing a team fight. It will make it significantly easier to actually play the game rather than being in Guard Break City all the time. But at the same time, I don't know how it will affect 1v1s, because the whole point about 1v1s is managing your offense and defense. You want to have a good defense, but also a good offense. But with them shutting down this whole defense thing with dodging and guard breaking, we will now have to just resort to having dodge attacks, which I feel is not going to be very fun for anybody. Nobody likes to get dodge attacks from neutral. Nobody likes it. But now it feels like it's going to just be a lot more common. Another change I forgot to mention is that every bash that has had a recovery of less than 766 MS on miss now has, 766 milliseconds of miss recovery. So some characters that have insane recovery, like BP, can basically now be dodge attacked. So you won't have to worry about your dodge attack getting blocked, essentially. They can't parry it, but they can't, in the live game, they can't parry it, but they can block it. In the testing grounds, they will, in theory, not be able to. Now, what about the other reworks, you may be asking? About Conquer, about Shaolin? I have some good news for you. On the 16th, when the season launches, both of those reworks will be going to the live game. They will be available for you to play all you'd like. The changes that they made to the characters are actually pretty straightforward. For Conqueror, they moved the little Beyblade move to the same positions as the flail uppercut, and vice versa. So basically, you have a sort of choice, like you do with Kyoshin and Aramusha, to either do a light attack, which is the Beyblade, or the heavy attack, which is the flail uppercut. The little Beyblade move is a 360 move that can be used in, obviously team fights and in mostly anti-ganks. So if you have multiple opponents around you, and you'd like to hit them to stop them from attacking you, you could do the light attack instead of the the heavy attack, which is the flail uppercut. They also added his light infinite chain back, but they made it so it's only the live game version, meaning that you cannot do a same side light, which I'm sadly disappointed about, but I understand if some people can't really understand light spam all that much, it's fine. Also, they added, which I think is the weirdest thing, but also will probably be very painful to fight against, is the unblockable chain heavies. In a previous version of the testing grounds, they had us do something similar, but instead of unblockables, it was undodgeables, which was really weird. But now they've made it so those undodgeables are unblockable. So all of your chain heavies are now unblockable. They also changed the mid-chain bash, which is the bash that you can do after a light attack, a heavy attack, basically anything. They kept it to the live game version speed, so it is kind of still slow, but it's not too slow to the point that it's basically unusable. And they also made it so it can be hard feinted. So it's kind of like, it's an uncharged bash that can be feinted. So it's either you let it go or you can feint it. It's really weird, but it's one of the first of its kind. Shaolin had the first one, which I will go over in a minute. He still has his, but now Conqueror has one, and I assume that future reworks will probably have something like this if they really need it. Next up is the Shaolin changes. Pretty much nothing different changed from the last testing grounds. The only thing that they did change was that they added a 4 dodge bash to Shaolin, which I feel is an amazing change. A lot of people are going to complain about it because it's another bash. But Shaolin needed a bash. I'm going to say this again. Shaolin needed a bash. What are his openers if he does not have a bash? The light attack? You can just be blocked or parried from that. The top one is enhanced, sure, but it's still the same speed as it is in the live game, meaning that it can just be parried. So it would just be the same Shaolin as before. You would just still have people backstep lighting, and there wouldn't be any change whatsoever. So having him get a 4 dodge bash that can lead into his chi stance or can chain is amazing. It actually lets him have an opener, and I feel it's what every character should have as an opener at minimum. You can have openers, like different kinds of openers, but the most effective one is a bash. And we just have to come to accept that that is just the reality of For Honor. And that is about everything from the testing grounds. The other bits that I cut out were things that weren't too important, like the content of the week, which you can go check out now by literally just loading up For Honor. And the other thing I did not mention was the lore video. I want you to go watch that in its entirety. The people who worked on it did an amazing job. The voice actor of Astria did an amazing job with her voiceover. Both the artists that worked on it did amazing. That's why I want you to go watch it for yourself, because I want you guys to go support the original creators, because they took a lot of time to work on that, I assume. They had to draw all the still frames and make all these animations for it. They put a lot of time and effort into it, and I would hate for all of that profit to come to me. Even though I can't be monetized or anything yet, I'd still rather all of that attention go to the other creators. So again, down in the comment section below, or somewhere in the links to that content, please go check it out. That was all for the Warriors Den. That was my recap. My final thoughts are that I'm actually really hyped for the next season. I absolutely love the Egyptian theme. I'll have to do another video like this when the Warriors Den for the hero comes out, because I will be playing a lot of that hero. I can already tell right now, that kind of axe that they've got going on, and the whole Egyptian theme. I hope that they speak some form of Arabic too, because that would be really cool. That would sound really nice. I'm overall really excited for the season, and I can't wait to play. I seriously cannot. I'm going to be playing a lot of that on the 16th. Probably uploading more videos. Another thing, before this video ends, I'd like to apologize for my absence, because obviously I haven't been on the channel making videos as frequently as I should. I hope you can understand. It's the end of the season. There's not a lot going on. The only time I make a video is if I have like an actual idea or I'm really motivated to make a video. So hopefully when the new season comes out, I will be making daily content, or maybe bi-daily. So I'll see you guys in the next season. Remember, June 16th, new season comes live. The Conqueror will go live. The Shaolin will go live. The Battle Pass, the event, everything. I'll see you guys there.